Welcome back to the channel Coins Buyers. Imagine this, a simple penny, one that millions of people carry in their pockets every day, and yet one single penny could be worth more than you'd ever expect. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history and potential hidden fortune of the 1986 United States 1-cent coin. The penny has been an essential part of American currency since the mint first struck them back in 1793. Each year, billions of pennies are minted, distributed, and used in countless transactions. But, among these everyday pennies, certain coins have achieved legendary status for their rare variations, unique characteristics, and unbelievable value. In this video, we're focusing on the 1986 Lincoln penny. A simple copper-coated coin bearing the likeness of the United States' beloved 16th President, Abraham Lincoln. Minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1986 penny might seem ordinary at first glance, but it has some fascinating secrets that every collector should know. Let's talk about some key characteristics of this coin. The 1986 penny is primarily made from zinc, with a thin coating of copper, a shift from earlier pennies made primarily of copper. This composition change began in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper, meaning this coin is one of the first in a new era of the Lincoln penny's production. So, what makes the 1986 penny potentially valuable? There are a few reasons why collectors around the world are interested in these coins. First, let's consider the influence of condition. Pennies in pristine, uncirculated condition are always worth more than those that show signs of wear. But it doesn't stop there. Unique errors and specific features can catapult the worth of this coin into remarkable heights. When it comes to the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being the perfect, unblemished grade. A 1986 penny in an MS 70 grade can be exponentially more valuable than one that's circulated. These high-grade coins are considered top-tier collectibles, especially among investors looking for a slice of American history. Then, we have the intriguing world of error coins. You see, mistakes made during the minting process can lead to coins with unique characteristics, and this is where things get exciting. Imagine a 1986 penny that was accidentally struck off-center or with a doubling in its design. These are called double-die errors, and they are highly sought after by collectors. The rarer the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Error coins are some of the most fascinating finds in numismatics. They weren't meant to be that way, and that's exactly what makes them so special. When you find a penny with a unique flaw, you're holding a piece of minting history that's unlike any other. But, not all pennies are worth the same, even if they look nearly identical. For the 1986 penny, rarity can be a key factor in determining its value. You'd be surprised to know that there are specific varieties and errors from this year that can command a small fortune at auction. In fact, the hunt for the perfect or unique 1986 penny has created a competitive market among collectors and enthusiasts. Collectors and investors are willing to pay substantial amounts, especially in auctions where high-grade and error coins go for incredible sums. With each unique error and with each nearly perfect grade, the price climbs, as people are eager to add rare variations of the 1986 penny to their collections. It's fascinating to think that something so small, a penny, could hold so much value. But the truth is, coins are tiny snapshots of history, crafted with a blend of artistry, precision, and the occasional flaw. And when you find a penny that combines rarity, impeccable condition, and an intriguing backstory, you've found a piece of history that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. And this particular penny, if it's the right one, pristine, unique, and rare, could indeed be worth a life-changing amount. So, how much could the 1986 Lincoln penny be worth? One like this, with the right attributes, could reach a staggering $36 million. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know more about the hidden fortunes that might be sitting right in your pocket change. Who knows? You might just have a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving into a world of hidden treasures, small, copper treasures that could be hiding in your pockets, your drawers, or that old jar of coins. Yes, I'm talking about the 1991 Lincoln penny, a seemingly ordinary coin minted by the United States. But, what if I told you this little 1-cent coin could be worth more than a small fortune? Let's take a trip back to the early 90s, a time when big hair, neon colors, and classic rock ruled the scene. The year 1991 saw George H.W. Bush in the White House, and the United States Mint was busy cranking out coins. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. But over the years, subtle changes in its design and composition made some pennies rarer, and much more valuable, than others. One of these rare treasures. The 1991 D Lincoln cent. The D stands for Denver, where this coin was minted. It might look like just another penny, but there's more to it than meets the eye. To the untrained eye, every Lincoln penny might seem identical, but collectors and experts know each year, each mint mark, and each tiny detail can make a huge difference. For the 1991 D Lincoln cent, some factors elevate it above the ordinary coin. And no, we're not just talking about its age. The D on this penny tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint, one of the oldest mints in the US, is known for quality control, but even they weren't immune to the occasional error or anomaly. The reverse side of the penny shows the Lincoln Memorial, seemingly simple, right? But watch carefully, because coins like these may have unique variations, from tiny cracks in the die to slight misalignments. Each flaw, each difference, can potentially make a coin like this one truly rare. Here's where things get serious: the condition of the coin. In the coin world, mint state is the gold standard. This means the coin is practically untouched, no scratches, no fading. A 1991 D Lincoln cent in mint condition is a rare find. The cleaner and sharper the details, the higher the grade, and of course, the higher the potential value. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC carefully examine coins for collectors and investors. The highest grades, like MS-65 or MS-67, are where things get exciting. A 1991 D penny in this condition isn't just a collectible, it's an investment. In recent years, the coin collecting world has exploded. Rare and well-preserved coins have sold for millions, and this isn't just for historical pieces or gold coins. Even pennies like our 1991 D are turning heads at auctions. But what's fueling this rush? Let's break it down. First, there's scarcity. As time goes by, fewer and fewer 1991 D pennies remain in mint condition. Most people don't realize the value these coins can hold, so they're often damaged or lost. Second, demand. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for rare coins, especially those that complete their Lincoln cent collections. Believe it or not, some Lincoln cents have already set jaw-dropping records at auction. In 2019, a rare penny sold for over $200,000. And more recently, well-preserved specimens have fetched amounts that would leave you speechless. Collectors dream of finding a coin like the 1991 D Lincoln cent in mint condition, knowing it could one day smash records. When coins with unique errors or pristine conditions hit the market, they go for extraordinary sums. And if you're lucky enough to have one, well, let's just say you'll be in for a pleasant surprise. These 3 steps will give you a good idea of whether you've got something special. But if you really think you have a gem, consider having it graded. Professional grading can add massive value to a coin, especially a rare one like this. So there you have it, a simple penny, rich with history, and maybe even worth a fortune. Collectors around the world are fascinated by the stories that each coin tells and the history it holds. And who knows? That 1-cent piece hiding in your drawer might be the key to a life-changing windfall. Now, here comes the moment you've been waiting for. Remember, a single 1991 D Lincoln cent in pristine, flawless condition has the potential to be worth, yes, you heard that right, $37 million. So, check your pockets, your piggy banks, and your coin jars, because you might just have a fortune lying around in plain sight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed learning about this fascinating world of coins. Who knows what treasure awaits in the next penny? Today we're diving into the fascinating story behind the 1996 US 1-cent coin and its surprising journey from pocket change to potential hidden treasure. Sit tight, because you won't want to miss how some collectors believe this coin could be worth a staggering fortune, but we'll reveal that shocking amount later. Let's uncover what makes this coin stand out and why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it. The 1996 US 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Penny series, which has an incredible history dating back to 1909. But each year tells a unique story, and 1996 is no exception. The 90s were a transformative time in the US, and even our currency reflects some of those changes. From subtle design elements to the materials used, this coin is a piece of the past that holds more value than you might think. The 1996 penny might look like any other at first glance, but it's packed with fascinating details. The iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln graces the front, as it has since the early 1900s. This enduring image of Lincoln is a tribute to one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history. However, 1996 brought its own small nuances to this design, made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating. The 1996 penny reflects the transition from a full copper composition to a more economical blend. This change was primarily due to the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s, which meant that pennies would be too costly to produce if they were still made entirely of copper. Many collectors know that mint marks can make or break a coin's value. The 1996 penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with Philadelphia coins bearing no mint mark and Denver coins marked with a D. While both versions are generally common, certain characteristics and minting errors can elevate a penny's value immensely. So, what exactly makes one of these pennies worth more than its face value? Collectors search for rare versions of this coin with distinguishing features or errors that occurred during minting. Let's talk about the most valuable aspects a collector might look for in a 1996 penny. Coins that remain in mint state condition, meaning they've never been circulated or have almost no visible wear, are highly valued. If you have a 1996 penny that looks brand new, you could be holding something valuable. Certain 1996 pennies come with rare mint errors that significantly boost their worth. These errors might be double die strikes, off-center stamps, or even unusual markings. Each type of error is like a fingerprint, adding a unique twist that makes the coin rarer, and, in some cases, far more valuable. Coins graded at a high level by certification agencies are worth far more than ungraded versions. A mint state grade of 65 or higher, as awarded by grading organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, places a coin in an elite category that attracts serious collectors. If you're lucky enough to own a penny from 1996, it's worth taking a closer look. With a magnifying glass in hand, examine it for any signs of doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or Lincoln's profile. Keep an eye out for off-center designs, as well as any subtle imperfections that might signal an error. Remember, these small features could transform a regular penny into a collector's dream. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay a premium for a penny? Coin collecting has grown into a massive industry over the years, and historical coins in perfect condition are becoming harder to find. Add in factors like mint errors, unique compositions, and certain iconic dates, and you've got a recipe for something special. The demand from collectors, combined with the scarcity of certain coin types, can drive prices through the roof. And with each year that passes, it's getting harder to find coins like this in pristine condition, making the ones that do exist even more desirable. Alright, we've gone over the features, the errors, and the reasons collectors love these coins. But there's one more reason you might want to take a second look at that 1996 penny sitting in your drawer. Imagine if a single penny could be worth a mind-blowing sum. For the right 1996 penny, in mint state and with all the right characteristics, collectors are willing to pay jaw-dropping prices. Why? Because for those who understand the rarity and demand of numismatic treasures, this coin is priceless. So, what could this particular penny potentially be worth? A select few lucky owners may one day find themselves holding a coin valued at a monumental amount. So, are you ready to go hunting through your loose change? Grab a magnifying glass, dig through your old jars, and maybe, just maybe, you'll discover a hidden treasure of your own. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more hidden gems in your pockets. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins ever minted by the United States, the 1982 Lincoln cent. And if you're thinking, how could a penny be worth millions? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why collectors are obsessed with finding this exact penny. Spoiler alert, this coin could potentially be worth a fortune. Let's start by rewinding a bit. The Lincoln cent, or penny, has been around for more than a century. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure on it. For 73 years, these coins were minted using the same basic metal composition, known as the bronze standard. This was a mixture of 95% copper, 5% zinc, and tin, which gave the coin that rich, brownish-red color that collectors still love today. But in 1982, something happened that would change the world of coin collecting forever. In the early 1980s, the price of copper was skyrocketing. It was becoming too expensive for the U.S. Mint to keep producing pennies using that much copper. So, a decision was made. In 1982, they switched the composition from mostly copper to mostly zinc, with just a thin copper coating. This new composition brought the cost of the penny back down, but it also created something that we collectors like to call a transitional error. 1982 was a unique year for the penny because both the original copper pennies and the new zinc pennies were produced. And here's where things get interesting. You see, in addition to this composition change, there were several varieties of the 1982 penny. Some had large dates, some had small dates, and they were minted in both copper and zinc. It was a chaotic year at the mint, to say the least. This mix-up resulted in one of the most sought-after coins in US history. And it's a hunt that still drives collectors wild to this day. Let's talk about the varieties of the 1982 penny because if you're hoping to find one, you'll need to know the difference. There are actually 7 known varieties of the 1982 penny, each with different date sizes, compositions, and mint marks. So, what does all this mean? Basically, there were lots of versions of the 1982 penny, but only one type is truly rare. Here's where the thrill begins. Because while most of the 1982 pennies switched over to zinc, a few of the small date varieties were mistakenly made in copper. And it's these copper small date pennies that could change your life. Why? Well, finding one is like discovering a needle in a haystack, or better yet, a golden needle in a haystack. People have spent years sifting through piles and piles of pennies, hoping to find this elusive copper small date penny. Imagine finding a penny that looks just like any other, but turns out to be worth a life-changing amount of money. That's what makes this 1982 penny so captivating. It's not just a coin, it's a potential jackpot. Now, if you're planning to go on your own hunt for the 1982 copper penny, here's a quick tip. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc pennies are lighter at around 2.5 grams. If you have a small scale, weighing your 1982 pennies can help you quickly separate the copper ones from the zinc ones. And remember, you're specifically looking for the small date version. Compare it carefully with other pennies to ensure you're looking at the right date size. It may sound like a lot of work, but for collectors, this is what makes the search so exciting. Now, you may be wondering, what's the big deal about this tiny copper coin? Why are people so obsessed with it? It's not just the rarity that makes it special, though that plays a big part. It's also about the thrill of discovering something overlooked, something others might have tossed aside, never realizing its potential worth. Collectors and dealers alike know the value of rare finds. And here's where this story takes a surprising turn. It's estimated that only a handful of these copper small date pennies exist, making them incredibly valuable. So, how much is this little copper penny really worth? Drumroll, please. Because as of today, a genuine 1982 copper small date penny is valued at up to $35 million. Yes, you heard that right, $35 million for a single penny. It might sound unbelievable, but in the world of rare coins, the right find can change everything. So, next time you come across an old penny, especially one from 1982, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure worth more than you could have ever imagined. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into coin collecting and the mysterious 1982 penny, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to check their penny jar. Who knows? The next $1 million penny could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting for the right person to find it. Today, we're diving deep into a small coin with a big story, the 1979 United States 1-cent coin. Now, you might be wondering, how could a simple penny be anything more than a penny? Well, grab your magnifying glass, get comfortable, and let's uncover the hidden secrets and fascinating history of this seemingly ordinary coin. The 1970s were a pivotal time in the United States, a period of change, growth, and innovation. The economy was shifting, inflation was on the rise, and as a result, people started taking a closer look at every dollar they spent, and every penny they saved. The Lincoln penny, already a symbol of American resilience, was an essential part of everyday transactions. But in 1979, some of these pennies would go on to become far more valuable than anyone could have imagined. So, let's zoom in on the 1979 Lincoln penny itself. At first glance, it might seem like just another regular penny, but there's much more here than meets the eye. First, a bit of background. The Lincoln cent was first introduced back in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic portrait has become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. Now, the 1979 penny has a few unique characteristics that make it stand out. First, let's talk about what it's made of. Unlike some earlier Lincoln cents, which contained a mix of copper and tin, the 1979 version is composed primarily of copper, with just a small percentage of zinc. This copper composition gave it that iconic reddish-brown glow. But did you know that during this time, rising metal prices were making the cost of producing pennies higher than the face value of the coin itself? The 1970s saw the U.S. Mint at the brink of considering changes to the penny's composition because copper was becoming increasingly expensive. It was a time of experimentation, with the Mint testing new metals and minting techniques. However, the classic copper penny continued for the 1979 production year, making these coins some of the last pennies minted before the major material changes came about in the 1980s. But that's not all. Did you know there are different variations of the 1979 penny? That's right. If you look closely, you'll see that some pennies were minted in Philadelphia, some in Denver, and some in San Francisco. You might notice tiny letters on the coin. These mint marks tell us where each coin was produced. For example, the D means Denver, and S stands for San Francisco. Collectors often seek specific mint marks, as some are more rare and valuable than others. Now, here's where things get really interesting. There's something called a mint error, and that's where some 1979 pennies can become especially valuable. Mint errors occur when something goes slightly wrong during the coin-making process. These can include anything from double strikes to misalignments or even off-center minting. These error coins are rare, and collectors go absolutely wild for them. So, if you happen to have a 1979 penny with an unusual look, you might want to hold on to it. Okay, so how do you know if you have a rare 1979 penny? Here's what to look for. First, check the overall condition of the coin. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are much more valuable than those that have seen a lot of wear and tear. Look for sharp, clear details, especially on Lincoln's face and the lettering around the coin. If you have a 1979 penny with minimal scratches and a lustrous finish, it could be worth more than just 1 cent. Now, let's talk numbers. While most 1979 pennies are worth, well, just a penny, some rare ones can fetch serious cash. At auctions, certain high-quality and rare error pennies from 1979 have sold for thousands of dollars. The exact price depends on factors like rarity, demand, and the specific error or mint mark. And believe me, collectors are willing to pay handsomely to complete their collections. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could one day be worth a small fortune. One little penny with the power to change someone's life. Some experts even predict that the value of rare pennies will continue to grow as more collectors enter the hobby and the rarity of these coins increases. So, if you've got a stash of pennies at home, it might be time to start digging through them. Are you ready for the grand reveal? There's a particular 1979 penny out there that has become the stuff of legend. This isn't just a regular penny. No, it's a pristine, rare example that serious collectors have searched high and low for, a true one-of-a-kind masterpiece from the era. And the value of this extraordinary coin? That's right, folks. A single penny, valued at an unimaginable $34 million. So, the next time you come across a penny, remember, sometimes the smallest treasures hold the greatest value. Who knows, you might just have a fortune waiting to be discovered right in your own pocket. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more tales of hidden treasures.